Van D, a dynamic leader with decades of experience building companies and crushing sales. He's been there and done that.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello. My name is Van D.
Inspiring audiences across the country to do it too. Here's Van.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another Van D podcast. Man, I got to tell you what. I'm excited today. I always get excited when I have my favorite guest, and he's on with me quite a bit these last couple years. His name is Jay Morales, and Jay is not just a real estate guru and pro. He's also one of my favorite entrepreneurs. Jay, welcome to the Van D podcast.
I'm excited. It has been a few weeks, months almost, since we've done anything together. And the seasons have been weird, but guess what? It's not going to stop us. And so I'm glad you invited me on today.
Oh, thank you. And I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you accepted. So, I want to talk about something that's really important to me, because it's a topic that we all should really take a look at our lives and say, can I make some adjustments? Quitting things that are not good for us to gain things that are. And that is a wide spectrum that, we talk a lot about in these podcasts, the Van D podcast. We talk a lot about inspiration, motivation to succeed in business.
Right.
This is for your personal lives as well as your career. If we know there's things in our lives that we shouldn't be doing that's holding us back to where we need to go, why haven't we stopped doing it?
And the thing is, everybody wants to work on their businesses. They want to work on their professional life. They want to be better at certain things. But if you don't work on the personal and you keep adding and just adding and adding and adding, spending money, getting all these programs, you're not really doing yourself just a justice unless you are working on yourself, and you do have to quit some things.
Do you think that's a real good point? Do you think everybody's a candidate, that everybody can think of something that they should quit in their life?
So I will say that we are creatures that want to please other people, some of us more than others, right? So we say yes to a lot of things. So can you quit some things? Can you eliminate some things from your life? Everyone can. And it simplifies, right? More is less. You've heard that, yes? Yeah. But we don't practice that because of the competition and keeping up with the Joneses.
I totally agree with you. I want to tell you something. Jim Rohn, he's been passed away for quite a while, but real motivational speaker, writer, great author. But this to me has something to do with it. He says, if you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plan, and guess what they have planned for you? Not much.
Right.
And to me, this quote relates to what we're talking about. If I got a pad and paper right now, Jay, and which I do, and I wrote down things I want to quit, and I started making a list, and then I stopped, and you don't have to, maybe there's one thing on our list. Maybe there's 10.
Right.
And you stop and you take a look. If I quit doing this, how is it going to improve my life? And then write that down also. And because if you see it in print, it's going to make you absorb it even more. And I want to tell you something. One of the things I'm going to tell you right up front, I'm trying to quit. And that is spreading untrue gossip. I have been listening, and I'm sickened by what I've been hearing these last 4 years.
Yeah.
I'm not making this a political,
right,
but the leader of the free world spreads lies every time he speaks. And then guess what everybody else does? They spread his lies, and before you know it, we're believing lies as it's our new truth.
Because someone else said it.
Because a leader said it. I want to quit. I don't know if I'm guilty of spreading them, but I want to quit promoting things that I'm not 100% sure about. That's one thing I know that will improve my life, is not to bring up things that I have not fact checked.
So what will that do for you? You just talked about that's what you're going to eliminate. on the bottom layer of that is, why are you going to do that? What's the visual for you? What's it going to help you do then?
Because I want to engage more in truth. We don't get ahead without truth. If I quit spreading lies or repeating what I hear, it's going to help me understand how important the truth is in our lives.
That's true.
And I want to tell you something. It's not for me as much as our young people. Our young people are growing up thinking that lying is, not everybody, but because of the promotion that our leadership in our country is doing, they're growing up thinking it's okay to lie.
How about just the brainwashing that's going on right now on social media, right? Yeah. There are innocent people who are looking at social media saying, this is the truth.
Yeah.
If they just took a second to quit, hey, did you see what that was? They're quoting news articles. They're quoting quotes from other people. They're quoting memes.
Yeah.
No newsworthiness, right? But it is perpetuating possibly a lie.
Yeah. Stand up and stand out.
Yeah.
I can't tell you and I'm not going to mention the radio station, but one of my favorite radio stations, these guys are constantly promoting lies. And I even tried to call in the other day, and I ended up getting to my appointment, so I couldn't stay on hold. But I wanted to say, stand up and stand out. Don't be afraid to go against the grain. If you don't have facts that something is the truth. So I don't want to get into this where it's a political thing, because even though it disgusts me, I want to quit bringing up things that aren't true, even in conversations.
Yeah.
Even, you know what I mean?
That's pretty powerful. When you first said that, my jaw dropped. I'm like, are you a liar?
Yeah.
No, you're not. But what you're saying is there are things that you are transmitting that you've heard to other people. Yeah, I get it.
And here's the thing that, Jay, you and I hear a lot too. So we're talking about quitting things to gain and improve our lives. We hear a lot of people say, I want more. Dang it, I want to be successful. Mm-hmm. I want more. I want what you have. I want to be number one. I want this. There's so many things that you have to do to eliminate. And the number one area that you eliminate to improve your life is, and you know what I'm going to say, negative.
Yes.
Negative people.
You got to get it out of the way.
Negative people, negative challenges. And I only do my podcast from experiences. I talk about my failures and my accomplishments to help the people listening, and hopefully they'll get takeaways from these.
So can I ask you just a 30-second example on that? If you have a friend, a colleague, and they don't fit your values anymore, it's just not aligning with you. How do you go about pruning them out professionally? How do you do it personally? How do you do it?
I do it respectfully, because that doesn't, even though they're negative and they're not good for me, it doesn't mean I don't like and care about them.
Right.
So I will continue to like and care about them, but I don't want to hang out with them.
Okay.
And so it's just a matter of repetitious, thanks anyway.
Oh, and like you told to me before.
Yeah, like when Jay says, you want to go meet for coffee? Thanks anyway.
I'm washing my hair.
Yeah, really.
No,
so you know what? I would love to meet you for coffee, but I have nothing going on. Somebody tells you that, look out. But so what I do is what I've done, and I've done this the last 10 years, and my life has improved tenfold because I got rid of the noise.
Yeah.
I got rid of, one of the first things I'll just tell you, I quit going to happy hours with friends.
Think of how much time that takes. And I'm not chastising anybody
No,
for
I'm
going to
not
happy
either.
hour.
It's my personal preference.
Right,
but I did it because it was nothing burger. It was a nothing burger. I'd stand there and we'd just sit there and swap lies. And it didn't do it for me. Yeah. I'm not saying, I'm being kind of silly when I say swap lies.
No, I get it though.
But once you say no enough, they won't ask you anymore.
Has it hurt your professional life at all?
No.
Exactly. It's probably giving you a lot of time back.
It's given me, and it's like, being in the real estate business for 38 years, there are a lot of people in the real estate industry would want to meet for happy hours and all that stuff. And you know what? I would never go. And you know why? How am I going to sell these guys houses? They all got their real estate license. If I'm going to take time away from personally, I'm going to hang out with people that maybe can buy or sell a house. That's in being
engaging
in your business.
Yes.
When I hear about these people that take time away from their family to go hang out with the same people in the same industry, how are they benefiting anybody?
Yeah, absolutely.
Time is precious, and that's one thing you learn. When you start really getting into self-improvement and quitting things that are not good for you, time is going to be very important to you.
And that's a big gift back to yourself, because
Absolutely.
we only have a finite amount.
Yep.
And everybody always wants to spread their time thin. I'm too busy. Well,
Yep.
Quit something.
Yeah.
Quit something.
I mean, here's the deal. We get so many people, and I love it. People come up to me, even at Hy-Vee, a guy came up and said, I listened to your podcast. And he said, this is what I'm trying to accomplish. And I took my time and listened to him. And I want to tell you something. Here's what has to happen. We have so many people that want to live an above average life.
Right.
I mean, we all do. We want to provide for our kids, for our loved ones, people we care deeply about, charities that we're interested in supporting. In order to live an above average life, you got to be an above average person. I mean, you do. There's no secret to success. If you want to live an above average life, you got to be an above average person. Well, an above average person is going to quit things that are bad for them.
When sometimes people say above average, they think you've got to be so intellectually capable. Listen, to be above average doesn't require any intelligence. It requires being prepared, working hard.
Common sense,
common practice.
And to me, above average people, and this is one of the things I describe if somebody said, what's your definition of above average? People that care more than deemed necessary.
Say that again.
People that care more than deemed necessary. If you have that, to me, when someone says, Van, what's above average to you? If you care more than you're supposed to, you're above average. You know why? Because people that care more are going to do a better job.
That's
I'm looking at Sasha over here, who's doing the production.
Yes.
It's obvious in her work that she cares more than she needs to.
Right.
These are the type of people I want to do business with.
If you just saw her Facebook, she's committed to her health. She's committed to helping others. She's committed to her podcast, the excitement. You can just tell.
Now, let me just tell you something. This is kind of a segue into this, Jay, is like-minded people. Quit being around people that aren't like-minded. And if it's going to be a bummer for you and you're going to be sad, and hey, you know what? It's okay. This is your life.
Right.
What we're talking about here, ladies and gentlemen, isn't like a course you're taking. This is your life. This is what are you doing? And like I close out my monthly newsletters. If not now, then when? And if not you, then who? When are you going to make it a decision to accomplish what you know you're supposed to accomplish? And it has nothing to do with money. You don't ever hear me talk about making millions of dollars.
No.
I want to see people live an above average life. I want your kids to look up to you and say, boy, my dad really cares deeply about us. He works a little harder than he should, so we live an above average life.
For sure. And I think there's people who apparently do not care about numbers or wealth, but because of the things they do, it brings that to them anyway. When people ask me, how many widgets have you sold? I'm like, I don't even know. I don't even know, right? I just know that I want to serve others and work hard.
Yeah.
It all works out.
And here's the thing, Jay, and when we quit things that are bad for us, it's liberating. It's liberating when you know that you've given up something. Now, most of my friends, I'd say 99.9% of them drink.
Yeah. Oh, this is going to be a subject I was going to bring
I don't.
up.
And
right.
You know why? Because one day I made a decision, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago, I don't have an exact date. I just said, I don't want to drink anymore. Now,
Right.
I was the type of drinker that I would say on Monday, I can't wait till Friday. I'm going to get ripped.
Right.
So mine was not, I was never one, I could use a beer. Mine was, I want to get wasted.
Right.
Now, so when most people are hungover for a couple hours the next morning, I'm hungover all day. And so I would hate myself.
Yes.
I would say, why are you doing this?
Right.
And now you got to get on the phone and call up the girl you were with the night before and say, I need to have our wedding annulled that we did last night. I really didn't mean to marry you. No, I'm kidding. That part was a joke.
That's what she said.
but that's, of course, that's a joke. But when I say quitting, so another thing, and this is my ego talking. One of the biggest reasons why I quit drinking is because it's cool to say it. When you're in a room with people, and you get kind of a look when waitresses coming around, and you're at the bar and you're with your buddies, and you say, "I'll take a Pellegrino."
Right.
"I'll take a soda."
Right.
"I'll take a Diet Coke." And they look at you. "Aren't you drinking, Deep?" No, you don't. I don't explain anything.
Yeah.
I don't need to explain anything. But you can see envy. You can see people's envy, like, wow, he's the life of the party. He's telling the dumbest jokes, and he's not drinking a dang thing. And guess what I'm not doing? I'm not stopping through Taco Bell ordering 25 tacos like I would before after a night of drinking.
Did you follow me last night? No, but Van, it's true because, okay, I drink bourbon, right? That's just what I drink. I don't drink beer or anything else.
I saw you chugging a bottle this morning out in the car.
Stop it. But I'm telling you that I do see people like you, and it does make me envious because I'm saying he doesn't need it to have a good time. Why am I doing it? I'm not saying I'm bad. I'm not chastising anybody again. I'm not judging anybody, but I can tell you, so I'm going to do 75 hard, and we can talk about that some other time. 75 days that I will eliminate alcohol.
And watch what happens to your life.
Oh, it's going to be crazy.
For one, if you do drink a lot, you're going to lose a ton of weight.
Well,
because alcohol, you just do.
You know, with me being keto and stuff, like I'm going to follow this discipline, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to transform.
But I want to tell you, the cool thing, like I say, is I always want to stand out in a crowd. I've never wanted to be part of the crowd. Even when I built Deeb Realty, I never wanted my real estate company to be like CBS or NP Dodge or Berkshire Hathaway. I wanted Deeb Realty to stand out. I wanted to be different. Right. And we were recognized for treating people better than you're supposed to. But I'm the same way in my personal life. I think it's cool to stand out when you're with 10 people and everybody's drinking and you're not. I happen to think it's super cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, when you say that, it makes me go, man, I'm going to do that elimination. But I want to kind of...
Now, I didn't tell you that I usually do a hit of acid out in the car before I go in to be with my friends.
No. It's cheaper. But it's also illegal. But I guess, to stand out in a crowd, it's not the things you have all the time. A watch, or you've got the swagger, or you've got it's the things that you don't do or the things you don't have when you eliminate them that make you stand out.
You're exactly right. So, we could talk on this podcast for hours about what to quit in order to gain. But my main message today, Jay, and I know that you're the same way because we're tight, is eliminating negative is the easiest way to start. And it's just, don't let people use you as a complaining board. Don't let people call you and complain nonstop. Now, I'm not saying friends and people we love, we may have solutions to help them get better.
There's a difference.
But just being a negative person, and I want to tell you something, when you avoid the negativity in life, turning off the rhetoric, turning off the noise, it will keep you out of negative situations.
I agree. I just don't watch the news in the morning or scroll through Facebook to find any news on what happened. Although my friends, people in my circle, Jay, did you see what had happened on this? Yep. It's too much. And if you can control what you can control by consumption and not consume it and quit it, you'd be better off.
So tell me about this. You were saying, is there anything you want to quit in order to improve?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
I want to quit asking for permission. Guess what? I don't know. What will they think? I
like that.
If I go there, what will they think? If I want to speak, if I lower this, what will they think? You know what? I'm going to write my book. Well, if I write my book, there's nothing really yet to, always want to be perfect by asking for someone else's permission. Can I do this?
Yep.
I'm not doing it all the time, but I'm doing it enough to hold me back. So if I quit asking for permission, doesn't mean I'm going to be a jerk about anything. It just means that I'm going to be confident with what I want to do. And if it doesn't include you, quit that negativity, eliminate that person out of the way. That's fine. And that's okay, because if I can't live my life, then I'm living somebody else's.
Yep. And I want to tell you, with that attitude that you have too, is look at all the people you're going to benefit. You know, a lot of people think, well, so-and-so quit doing this, that's good for him. No. Look at all the people you're going to touch.
Right.
Look at all the people that are going to look up to you and say, hey, Jay quit doing this, or I really admire Jay. Look at the quality life he lives because he's not engaged in this.
Yeah.
And you'll be a role model for people.
Oh, yeah.
You have we all have an opportunity to be leaders. I don't care what your career is, what your position is with your job. You can still be a leader by not engaging in what everybody else is.
And I'll give you one concrete example. I was a DJ, a radio DJ at Sweet 98. I was a DJ just about every club that you could think in Omaha, right? Just everyone. I don't care what they paid.
Celebrity.
I just did it, you know. And I was addicted to that. I was addicted to the crowd, to the friends after, and I was codependent on friendship. Well, I am 50 years old now, and I am...
You look 49.
Thank you. I'm dependent on my family.
Yeah.
My family's first. I don't have time to go to happy hour. I have time for my son's game. I don't have time to just meet me for a cigar. I don't have a lot of that time. And that's okay because I quit that intentionally to put more things in my life that I really want to do.
Yeah. And you know what? I know people that quit eating so much.
Yeah.
That quit abusing their body and their life changed. You know, when you hear people quit, you hear a lot of them, a lot of it's health related.
Right.
I'm going to quit smoking. I'm going to quit drinking. I'm going to start going to the gym more.
Yep.
Anytime you're doing things for your health and for your body and for your temple, which is you, it's going to improve all the other areas of your life. So it can be personal.
Yep.
It can be business, but you benefit all these people that look up to you.
Quitting something is so powerful. It is so powerful, but you need support. You need to believe in yourself, and you need to hang around people who support what you quit.
Yep. I totally agree. I'm asking my listeners, if there's anything that you want to quit, grab a piece of paper and a pen, write it down, and stare at it. That's a whole nother podcast about visualization. But when you stare at something long enough, it's going to be embedded in your head, and you're going to do something about it. So if you can think of something right now that you can quit, then you're going to benefit in other areas. And write it down.
I think the most important part about that is the visualization, writing it down, and knowing why. Because when you want to start that again, you'll remember why you quit.
And my big thing today is that I wanted to get across to the audience, negativity.
Yeah.
You know, quit being around negative things, negative people, negative situations, negative media broadcasts, and watch what you gain.
It's a decision, not a choice, because you have to make a decision and a commitment to quit it. Yep. It's not a choice like, today I'm not going to listen. Tomorrow I might. Make a decision to quit doing that stuff.
Yep, absolutely. Jay, do you have any parting notes that you wanted that have to do with this topic, quitting something to gain?
So in listening to you, your passion, and listening to you in your voice, and seeing you as you're moving right now on what you want to quit, it moves me. And I've got my pad and my pen here.
I know you've been taking notes. I love it.
Absolutely, because I want to share with people that you don't have to do all the frilly things. Quit some of the things that don't make you happy. Yeah. People pleasing is one, but I will tell you that in the new year, everyone tries to pick up something new. They try a new routine. Why don't you quit something that you're doing already to make time for that new routine?
Exactly the point that I wanted to make. You just summed it all up that way. Drop the mic. Drop the mic, Jay Morales. Hey, Jay, would you tell my audience how they can get a hold of you to buy their dream home?
So you can check us out on Facebook, Becky and Jay Morales, and that's the easiest way. Or you can call at 402-708-6606.
And your customers love you and Becky. You guys have got an incredible business. You're doing it the right way. You're doing real estate the right way. And I'm, as a guy that's been in real estate for almost 4 decades, I'm envious and I admire you.
I've been mentored by the best, so I'm grateful for that, Van. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Hey, everybody, I'm so grateful you tuned in today. Please rate and review this podcast. But more than anything, subscribe. That way you're going to get these podcasts as I do them. And please tell people about this. If there's anybody that you know that wants to improve their life, tell them to listen to my podcast. I'd be super grateful, and I'm very grateful for you guys tuning in today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Share it. It's a gift.
Right on, Jay. Thank you. Go to vandeeb.com and learn more. Thanks.
A Hurrdat Media Production.